According to official reports, Forrestal allegedly jumped out of the window of the psychiatric ward in Maryland, and that was shortly after Operation High Jump. Before his death, he was an advocate that aliens existed, and he wanted to inform the US public about this issue. Only to be tagged mad, admitted into a mental hospital, and later allegedly jumped to his death. The one man who knew something about Operation High Jump and was going to talk about it was now dead. Case closed. As usual, there are critics who make solid points about people making up stories. I sometimes find myself as a critic when reviewing stories like this. Like, for example, stories of equipment malfunctioning were believed to be works of aliens, but it turns out that the extreme cold caused a lot of systems to malfunction. This is why Operation High Jump was formed in the first place. Also, when he talked about the United States being attacked pole to pole in his interview, he was talking about attacks from Germans coming from the South Pole to the North Pole, not necessarily about aliens. Journalists have a talent of making the simple sound extravagant to capture people and sell more papers. But the most important criticism of all was that the diary didn't exist. Yep, it was never written by Byrd. It was all a lie. Just like how it was debunked that Byrd was the first man to ever reach the North Pole, a title he kept for a long time even after his death, until someone was curious enough to question its possibility, and after a while, was found that he wasn't the first to reach the North Pole. However, one thing that worries me is how almost every country in the world who fights one another over little issues decides to come together and live in peace and harmony when it comes to Antarctica. This is known as the Antarctica Treaty, which was signed in the 1960s and sets the rules for Antarctica.